And then if we see more folks jump in and they have questions, we can always circle back. I'm going to start recording this. And my name is Dylan Tabish with Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. And tonight is a public information meeting on the Danford Pond Wildlife Viewing Site proposal. And Jessie Coltrane, who's going to introduce herself here momentarily, is going to walk us through the initial plan for this site and proposal and go over the public comment period that we're in right now. But tonight, this is just intended to be an informational meeting to help answer any questions and explain the project. So go ahead, Jess.
Oh, okay. Oop. I just lost you guys. Hang on. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I lost my screen there for a second. So I'm Jessie Coltrane, and I am the non-game and fur bear wildlife biologist for Region 1. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the Danford Pond Wildlife Viewing Site. This has been a project that's been in the works for several years. It was initiated by my predecessor and with the support of Flathead Land Trust and the Danfords. And it's located in the lower valley of the Flathead Valley, just north of Summers. Go ahead and you can see the vicinity. Can you change this sheet there, Dylan, please? The site is Danford Reed Slough, which is you see in the Reed Slough in the yellow, and it's a 36 acre parcel that's in conservation easement with the Flathead Land Trust. And the proposal is to put a viewing area that would allow people to view wildlife at Reed Slough on this parcel. And go ahead and flip that there. Next slide. Dylan.
Yep, sorry.
That's okay. Like, Dylan, are you there? All right. And so the property and the viewing area would be located at the corner of North Summers and Manning Road in the Flathead Valley in Kalispell. And we are proposing, and this would be a donated viewing easement. And we're proposing to put a small gravel parking area. A small gravel parking area with an elevated gravel path and then a gravel wildlife viewing station. This Reed Slough is heavily visited by migratory waterfowl in both the spring and the fall, and it's a favorite location of bird watchers. And currently, most of the bird watching and bird viewing occurs from the North Summers Road, and people park in the road, on the road, around the road. And so this would allow for wildlife viewing during the spring through the fall. And would alleviate some of the traffic issues and provide a really great opportunity for visitors and residents of the Flathead Valley. You can go ahead and flip it there then, Ellen. I think this is the last slide. So you can see it's a pretty small footprint. The current conservation easement and the property is an agricultural field, so we want to maintain a small footprint so that we're not encroaching too much into the agricultural aspect of the property, but it would be able to accommodate school buses, and it would be closed in the winter to keep vandalism and vagrancy down on the property. And we are working with our planning department for looking at interpretive signage, and there'd be those stationary binoculars for people to use that would be in place throughout the summer months and then removed in the winter. And so it's a pretty straightforward straightforward project. And I think it would be a really big benefit to wildlife viewing in the Flathead Valley. It would be similar to our viewing site that we have at West Valley, same type of program, but hopefully alleviate some of that traffic issue and provide some good opportunity for people. And that's really all I have. The EA is out for public comment. It's a little bit over 30 days just because of the holiday. So far, I've received, I guess, probably about less than 10 written comments concerning the easement and the acquisition of the easement and the viewing area for the viewing area. And all but one of the comments have been supportive. And Dylan didn't mention this at the beginning, but this is just an informational session, so we're not going to take public comment on at this session. But if people have comments, we encourage you to send them to me in an email. So that's about it. It'll be out for public review, I think, until the 5th of July. Dylan, is that correct? I think it's the 5th of July.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to walk through, this is how you can
And then
find more information and how to comment. If you go to our Fish, Wildlife and Parks website and you go to public notices and you go here to the public notices page, this is where all of our public notices live. This one for tonight's informational meeting is on page 2. You scroll down right here, and this is the page where we've got the draft environmental assessment you can read, information on the project, and then how to comment. So you can see here's the deadline July 5th and how you can email and contact Jesse. So that's where you can find more information and how you can comment. So just showing you again on the FWP website where all this information lives under at the top, news and public notices. Sorry,
Thanks.
Go ahead, Jess.
No, that's great. Thank you. And so I anticipate having a decision notice out with the final EA around July 20th is my hopes. This abbreviated time frame is to get it into the October commission so that it can be reviewed by the commission in October. And that's all I have. Laura, Terry, do you have any comments or questions?
I guess this is Laura. Did you want to mention if the project's approved, kind of when the viewing area would be constructed?
Yeah, thanks. That's great. So if the project is approved, so it'll go in front of the commission in October, and if it is approved, then we would anticipate construction sometime next year. So ideally, we could start construction in the spring if that was okay with Bob and Terry. We don't want to mess up their agricultural season, but so that would be worked out. But then we would anticipate having that start construction and hopefully have it finished pretty quickly next year at some point in time.
Great. Any other questions, comments? Anyone out there?
Yeah, can you hear me? This is Terry. And
Hi,
Bob.
Terry. Oh, hi, Bob.
He's here too. So we just want to say thanks and for doing this. So everything sounds good.
Okay, well, great. Yeah, we this was the next step, and so once we get through the commission, then I'll keep you guys appraised as we go along, and once we get through the commission process, but I'll let you know. I'll send out the decision notice here probably the end of July, and then hopefully that will go forward positively to the commission and we can get moving. But looks like we still have funding moving forward to do this next year, so that's great.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome.
Yes, thanks from Flathead Land Trust as well for Fish, Wildlife and Parks taking this on. So the Danfords did the conservation easement last year, but this bird viewing area or wildlife viewing area is something that was desired by the Danfords and very much supported by the Land Trust. And we appreciate Fish, Wildlife and Parks helping get this proposed to the public and see if it's something that everyone else would like as well.
Thanks, you guys. I'm very optimistic. And I think this is great. So, and if you have any questions, if anybody who's listening to this presentation after the fact has any questions or concerns or comments, please just give me a call or shoot me an email. Email is the best way to get a hold of me right now because I'm in the field more than half the time right now. So I'm usually unreachable by phone, but I do check my email when I get back into cell service.
Here again is contact info for Jesse Coltrane at our Kalispell office and more information on this proposal, and appreciate folks logging in tonight, and for the landowners for being great partners with us, and the Flathead Land Trust for always being great partners and working on this project with us. So if there's no other input, I think we'll conclude tonight's presentation, and this again will be posted on the Fish, Wildlife and Parks website, and comment will be open through July 5th. Thank you, Jesse, and everybody else.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Good night.
Good night.